San Antonio Soccer Examiner Chris Hockman here with the recap of the second half of the matches of Week 7 of the MLS season. First up, apologies for the lateness for this video. There's been a little bit of sickness around, and also no highlights for this one. I apologise, I'm running tight of time, and besides my highlights are actually down because the MLS website is down. But for all your highlights, go to www.mlsnet.com for your MLS highlights. So let's get started with Colorado Rapids versus Chicago Fire. Both sides are really desperate to get this season back on track. They've gone a little bit downhill lately, and it was always going to be a tight match. And there were a lot of fouls in this match, but it wasn't a nasty match. It wasn't mean-spirited, but it wasn't very exciting either. Chicago worked well to score their opener. It was a nice ball in from behind the defence, and it was a pinpoint pass from Oduro to set that up before Colorado started the second half very well with a nice goal. It was a perfect start to the half, and it was a nice turn, creating the space before a good finish for the equaliser. Colorado came more and more into the match as the game wore on, but Chicago were just able to even things up later on in the last 20 minutes or so. It was a tight game, but you couldn't really call it that exciting. Meanwhile, the draw, not really what they wanted. Meanwhile, exciting game in Seattle though. Seattle taking on Toronto, and things just, I don't know how things could get worse for Toronto, but they seem to. They summed to a 3-0 loss to the Seattle Sounders, and they really are struggling lately. The Canadian Championship semi-final didn't give them enough of a bounce, and it was tough. It was really tough for Toronto. Fernandez's opener showed the importance of marking in corners. Toronto really messed that up. Seattle took full advantage. Toronto completely sold out their keeper there. The Sounders really controlled this match from beginning to end, and Evans' first goal was some wonderful work from Montero, the pass before a brilliant finish, and Seattle really walked away with it. Deserved 3-0 winners, and honestly could have been more. Chivas USA finally get it together as they take New England Revolution, another 3-0 win, this time for Chivas. And Chivas USA, by far the better side. I don't know, maybe New England, who are starting to slide now, maybe they lacked something, but the Brokers goal really showed the gap in quality between the two sides, and the final goal really showed up New England. You cannot make mistakes like that at this level. Chivas USA really taking advantage of problems, really pouncing really well, and doing well. Chivas USA really punished that team for their poor play, and Chivas really coming into it. Maybe they are doing what we want them to do. And maybe they are doing what people expected them to do. So let's move down to the big result for the weekend. Portland defeating Real Salt Lake, finally beating their streak, finally ending Real Salt Lake's streak, and earning their first clean sheet. Real Salt Lake, they were emotionally and physically very tired after the Champions League game earlier in the week, and they were just unable to pull it off. Al Hassan is really proving a vital link as part of this Portland side. He's set up the game winner, another assist, and the defence really stepped up for the Timbers, and that's been a part of their play that's really been a problem. It was an unexpected win for the Timbers. Well done to the Timbers, and Perkins as well. Some crucial saves, some brilliant saves. Well done to the Timbers, and that Jeld-Wen Stadium is just rocking. It's an amazing place. And then the final game, perhaps a little bit of controversy, but not really. FC Dallas and LA Galaxy. It was a great goal to win the match. It was a goal worthy of winning any match. FC Dallas defeated LA late in a weather-affected game on Sunday night. Lightning forcing the players off the pitch for over an hour. And it was Dallas, and it was ultimately Brek Shea who stayed more focused in the storm. And LA will be upset about it. They were able to pull back before the storm. They'll be disappointed about having to go off the field. They'll be disappointed that the game wasn't just called full-time at 1-1. But FC Dallas did well. They opened the scoring. There was some neat work from the throw-in, giving Castillo his first MLS goal. And Landon Donovan, he's back. And he responded somehow, sneaking in to score that equaliser. Just 5 minutes later. was a tight match. LA Galaxy will be disappointed about having to go off the field, but you can't fault the referee. Lightning is dangerous. You don't want to be playing around in it, and player safety comes first. So, well done to Dallas for staying focused, and thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next week here, and remember to tune in to visit examiner.com, the internet source for the local.